Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here. I'm playing, as you guessed it, Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11, and of course, I'm playing as Japan. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you around more often, and if you hit the like button, I'd like that, and you'd like that too. Why? Because it tells YouTube what type of videos you want to see more of. And okay, let's push you into here. Get on the train and move. Okay. Oh, we need to speed that up a little bit. Pause. Okay, armored car designs. Very good. Oh, wrong tab. Cancel that. No, let's come down and do naval air ground crews. And since we now have you guys, shift the fronts. And you guys can just keep moving. No delays. Keep on marching. Okay, and you aren't moving either, so get moving. Don't let them have a break. Well, you need one, but you look in the best shape, so you. Okay, we've got paratrooper activation, so we can build or we can research air landing infantry and equipment, air landing infantry, para airborne HQ, and airborne unit training. Let's shift that because most of those things are much later as in date, so we'll do that. And we're going to, oh, again, wrong tab. Let's do 2 brigades as it were. Let's throw in motorcycles. They'll get us some reconnaissance. And airborne, oh no, we already got airborne engineers. Okay, there we go. And all of these down to the bottom. Lots of clicks. Put them into production. Okay, we are maxed out on supplies, so we'll just do that. Okay, you start pushing into there. Oh good, okay, you guys can start moving this direction. Okay, good. You're here. You're moving there, so you guys come that way, I think. Yeah, pushing deep. Oh, lost a trade agreement. Oh well. Major victory, excellent. Oh, down here, yeah, this has been fighting forever. Well, you can support the attack. Very good, and you can... Well, we could use a general there. And just sort of on that note, yeah, because I'm trying to keep things going for the videos, I don't always pay as close attention as, I know I don't pay as, not always, I just don't pay as close attention as I would or should. if I was playing on my own. A few different times people have asked me, well, why don't you do this, or why didn't you do that? Well, just didn't. Missed it. Okay, yeah, push in against the Army Group HQ there. Push to its capital if we can. Okay. Won that battle, very good. Global game balance. This is again to address the problems that they created. So we've lost these effects and got these effects. So less bonus to hard attack and soft attack. Make up for other things. Okay, float plane advance. Okay. That's with capital ships. Yes, okay, so we've maxed that out. Which helps all kinds of stuff, including shore bombardment. Because they get to fly up over and say, hey, you're shooting short or long or a little more to the right or left or whatever. Yeah, capital ship damage control, that sounds good. Again, I know I said it before, but I know not everyone watches all of every episode. Japan was very poor on that, quite honestly. Compared to other areas where they were maybe very good at stuff, they were pretty poor at damage control on board their ships. Okay, now, on board ships, yes, good transport. Let's get them down here. I think this is where we can get them to quickest to do good. And bye-bye Albania. King Zog flees into exile. Yeah, even though you don't have engineers, still attack across the river. Just sort of shoot at them a bit with your anti-aircraft guns, that'll be helpful. Province, oh yeah. You guys can support the attack on the partisans. There we go. Well, let's see if we can get some air power on some of those harder battles. Well, yeah, ground attack. Ground attack. Or we can ground attack. You can rest up a bit more, and you can rest up a bit more. You're resting up. And so are you. Good. Oh no, you guys go this way. You can attack here, you can attack. You can move to there and you can join this attack. You go there, you go there. Just let's nail this down, people. We're supposed to be taking these places out. Yeah, now, okay, 2 more HQs. Well, they can just sit there for the moment. Oh, we didn't. Oh, yes, after the first of the year. Yes, of course, we need to do these things. Okay. And annual espionage focus. Let's continue to do economic. National recruiting policy. Yes, let's do balanced approach. I just like the balanced approach. Now, oh, it's 39. Okay, we have railroad tycoon and agricultural industry. We have left to possibly get is mining and national highways. Manpower modifier is the biggest problem with secondarily. It's mining, but oil, energy, and metal is also very good. Now, we've done 2 of the 3. We're not going to do another one of those until 40. So we're going to go with economic boost of short term. I know we could push ahead on that, but because we're looking at excuse me excuse me, more of a 1941 or so, I guess, planned Pacific War. We have something, not exactly, but something like a year later to do that than we, or maybe a little bit more than we would with Germany. I mean, we're obviously not at peace right now, but before we go to war with a real major power, I don't know how many times I've Oh, China's a major, China's a major. Oh, God. It's a major country, yes. It was not a major power in World War II. Hope I have some Chinese viewers now, and yeah, I think it's somewhere between national pride and various propagandas they've been fed, so they truly believe it. But really, it wasn't. I mean, there was it was a major place of combat. There were a lot of people died in fighting and in, you know, just the catastrophes of war, famine, and all that kind of stuff, because war is going on, because they breached some of the dams and some of the rivers here that flooded out large sections of the countryside, which I'm sure just the flooding killed people. I would tend to think also the crop damage, another thing, you know, famine. So yeah, there major action happened in China, but it is not a major power. Oh yeah, it's a major power, and then the communist Chinese take it down. Yeah, nationalist China is not a major power if the communists take it down a few short years later. Yeah, now we've lost those effects, so that is, I was waiting for that to happen. Waiting for the day to click over. Before we did annual national focus. Build up a fleet. National manpower +1. We'll also get shipyards. Examine our factories. Army. 20% manpower. I'm a little worried about this, but I hope largely to get 1940 off from any major fighting and loss of manpower. Though, of course, we will be building up things. Even that is sort of ICs, but no, not really. Okay, we'll go with this. Build new shipyards, so we'll get 3 new shipyards in Pyongyang, Sapporo, and Nagasaki. The only one I don't like the placement of is the Pyongyang one, but okay. And again, why we can't do Korean independence, or as a puppet state even. Okay. Oh, you're here. Great. Man, these guys need a break. That at least keeps us from losing the battle by already having somebody else in there fighting. Okay, well, you guys just defend. Toshiba founded. Toshiba founded. Okay. Not a very good event. I mean, Toshiba, yeah, it's an electronics company, and they eventually make TVs. Did they make TVs back then? I sort of doubt it, but they could have. Because we know back in '36 or so, there was a TV station broadcasting in New York City region. People did have TVs in their home. Wasn't, you know, very many. It was, you know, very rich people, and, you know, you might have 50 people watching or 100 people watching or something and they weren't broadcasting 24/7. They were broadcasting a few hours a day. We also know that in the Berlin area they had broadcasts, as well as I think over some sort of cable-like thing to some viewing rooms that people watched. Particularly the viewing rooms are set up for the Olympics back in '36. So Berlin had it. London had television, and Paris had television. I somehow don't think Tokyo did. But electronics computing gain, lose 5 in descent, Toshiba. Wow, this is like a super event. Okay, lose 1 in IC. We don't have a choice not to. Gain money and consumer goods during peacetime. Great. Well, since we're at war, that doesn't necessarily help the consumer goods, but oh, a bunch more units here. Great. Because you're about worn out them. Infantry tank should help. Elite troops should help going up there. We are battling. Oh, it's into an urban area, I guess. Is that right? Nope, it's into mountains. Twin engine armament research, very good. Well, let's do the prototype for the twin engine plane, fighter plane. Don't know if Japan had any of those specifically. They had lots of twin engine planes that were bombers and that kind of thing. And single engine fighter prototype. Now that's really cool. Well, let's push towards a 0, you know, getting a really good fighter for Japan. Counterattack that unit there. And, okay, once these guys stop. That is the capital, I believe, right there, right? So. You guys support that attack, so you're now support. So you're flanking them there. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking the videos. If you did or would, I do appreciate that. And of course, I really love hearing from you. So please post a comment, a question, a suggestion, a correction. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.